Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you're welcome. I am A.H.P. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is basically for that part of my channel where we talk about real life issues. So we're gonna talk about how to write your will. But before we get into even talking about writing your will, um, I'm going to share a little bit why it's important for you to even have a will written in place. Okay, so of course I've got my laptop over here where my notes are, so I'm going to be, if I look away, I'm basically reading out my notes to you. Okay, but it's important that you have a will, especially not just parents, but just even individuals. Even if you don't have children yet, it's good for you to have a will so that in case you die, um, people will know where how to allocate your assets basically to the right places that you would want it to go, like where you would want it to go. Okay, otherwise your assets end up going to state. Okay, basically the country that you're in end up going to them rather than to your family members, your loved ones, maybe to a charity that you wanted it to go to and stuff like that. So um as a parent, it's good for you to write a will and have it in place so that your assets are divided among your children or even your child um, correctly. Okay, so let us go into how to even write a will. Okay, so writing your will should set out who you want to benefit from your will. Okay, so who do you want to benefit from your will? Yeah, maybe you have children, siblings, family members, or even family members, which include parents and whatnot. Okay. Um, Number two, who should look after your children? Look after any children under 18. So if you have children under 18, who should look after them? You should write that in your will. Is it going to be your siblings? Is it going to be your parents? Is it going to be the state? Who is going to be looking after your children? Should anything happen to you? Okay, number three, who is going to sort out your estate and carry out your wishes after your death? Basically, your executor. Who's going to carry out all those things? Okay, so that could be, again, your children if they're older, or your family members if you don't have children. Okay. Um, and then you can also include a charity in your will. So you can include a charity in your will. So, for example, in my will, I would include my own charity, which is Julie Prayer Center. Okay, that would be my charity. Um, if I was gonna, if I was gonna do that, if I was gonna be writing the will. Okay, let's assume. Okay, and then when do you need legal advice? Okay, so you need legal advice when you're writing a will. Okay, um, you can get advice from a professional if your will is not straightforward. For example, you share a property with someone who is not your husband, wife, or civil partner. So if you share a property, with someone who is not your husband, your wife, or a civil partner, that brings complication. For example, if you have a property and it's with a friend, you teamed up together with your friend to acquire this property. Like that brings complication. Okay, or you have siblings, or maybe a sibling, and you acquired a property with them, or you have a property that you acquired with maybe an uncle or auntie, or a cousin, or mom and dad. Yeah, that brings complications. That makes your will not straightforward. Okay. Um, Number two, you need legal advice if you want to leave money or property to a dependent who cannot care for themselves. Okay, so if you have children who, you know, cannot care for themselves, yeah, cannot care for themselves. So whether it's because they're young or maybe because they have health issues that does not allow them to look after themselves. Yeah. So you need a legal advice basically for that. Okay. Um Number three need of legal advice is if you have several family members who may make a claim on your will, such as second-hand spouse or children from another marriage. Okay, so if you were previously married and you have children from that marriage, they may want to, benefit from your will. Or if you married more than one wife, or yeah, it's usually the men. Okay, second hand spouse. Ish. It's like maybe you married your brother's wife or something. That sounds second hand wife. Okay. Yeah. Um that would also mean you need legal advice because it will bring complications otherwise. Like if you have even current children, or if you don't have you know if you don't have children in your new marriage, or your new um yeah your new marriage basically, or your partner, however. Yeah. um Number four need for legal advice is if your permanent home is outside the UK. So for those of us who live outside of who live in the UK but may have properties outside of the UK, whether it's in Uganda, whether it's in Nigeria, whether it's in, I don't know, South Africa, Nigeria, and I said that already, Ghana, anywhere outside of the UK, you would need legal advice. Okay. Um, so that you know how to handle it. And then number five is if you have property overseas. So okay, so the other one is if you have if your permanent home is outside of the UK. So for example, you live in the UK, but your permanent address may be outside of the UK. So you just come to the UK maybe for, I don't know, 6 months, 6 weeks, and then you go back to your home country, yeah, or a country outside of the UK where you permanently stay, maybe longer. Okay. Um, have a property overseas. So maybe you own a holiday home or a rental outside of the UK, overseas, um, anywhere in the world. Yeah, you need legal advice. And then maybe if you have a business, like myself now, I have businesses. So when I'm writing my will, I would need legal advice. For example, who to leave the business to. Do I leave some to my son? Do I leave some to my daughter? Which one belongs to my son? Which one belongs to my daughter? How do I want them to run it? How do I want them to benefit from it? Um, you know, families, do I involve families into the business after I'm gone, or is it just solely for my children? How does that work? Or to, to my charity, how does that work? Okay, so you need that. That's what will make you require legal advice when writing your will. And then now keeping your will safe, storing, how to store your will basically. Okay, so you can keep your will at home or store it with your solicitor, your bank, okay, a company that offers the storage of wills. So you can search online for that. Um, you can also leave it with the London Probate Service. Okay. So if you're going to store it with London Probate Service, you need to read about it. They have this, basically, this is on the www.gov.uk website. So this is for people in the UK. Okay. Okay. You should tell your executor, basically the person you've chosen to carry out your will. Okay. Which could be a close friend or a relative where your will is. Basically, you need to tell your executor where your will is. Okay. So that is it. That's the process of writing your will. Now, how do you make sure your will is legal? Okay, I think I'll do that in a second video. Otherwise, this video would be a bit too long. So keep an eye out for that. For the second video, how to make your will legal. So there is a way that you can write your will that will basically make your will like not legal. Okay, so it will not be valid. Or and then there's a way that you'd write your will and it makes it legal, so it's valid to be carried out. Okay, when you pass away. Okay, so that is it, guys. Let me know in the comment section, have you written your will? Are you thinking of writing a will? Let me know in the comment section, and yeah, that is it. But please don't let me know where you stored it and all of that. No, that is your personal business. But just let me know, are you thinking of writing a will, and all of that good stuff. But yeah, I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye.